Let me set the scene for you. Amy Poehler's podcast. A casual conversation. Kim Kardashian, one of the most recognizable humans on Earth, sitting across from one of the funniest women in Hollywood, and somehow the most viral moment to come out of it is not a joke or a story or a behind-the-scenes revelation. It is Kim casually mentioning that she takes approximately 35 supplements a day. Not 3, not 10, 35. Split into 3 separate rounds throughout the day, like she is running a pharmaceutical relay race against herself. And this is the part that made the internet pause, she admitted she gets mentally drained just looking at the routine. She called it pill fatigue. A billionaire with a full wellness team, personalized blood work, and more resources than most medical facilities, said out loud that she is exhausted by her own supplement schedule, and then joked that she wished she could just hook up to an IV drip instead, which is either extremely relatable or a sign that something has gone significantly sideways in the celebrity wellness industrial complex. Possibly both. Here is what actually happened and why it is generating the specific kind of conversation it is generating. Kim shared on the podcast that she splits her 35 supplements into 3 rounds throughout the day. She also mentioned that she once tried to quit fish oil because she was tired of taking it, got blood work done, and her results told her she still needed it, so she had to restart. Which is actually the detail that lands the hardest if you think about it, because it reveals the level of medical monitoring required just to maintain this routine. She is not taking 35 supplements because she read something interesting online. She is operating under what sounds like active clinical oversight, with blood panels telling her when to add things back in and when to continue. That is not casual wellness. That is a full-time health management operation that most people do not have the resources or infrastructure to replicate safely even if they wanted to. And that is precisely where the internet's concern starts to have merit. Not because Kim is doing something reckless, but because the visibility of her routine normalizes a volume of supplementation that carries real risks when replicated without that same level of medical supervision. Medical experts who have weighed in on the broader conversation are consistent on one point that gets lost in the celebrity wellness noise. Supplements are not harmless simply because they are sold over the counter. Your liver and your kidneys process every single thing you put into your body, regardless of whether it came from a pharmacy or a health food store. When you are stacking dozens of supplements daily, even beneficial ones, the combined processing load on those organs becomes a genuine concern. Over time, individual vitamins at appropriate doses are generally fine. The issue is volume, combination, and long-term accumulation. Certain fat-soluble vitamins build up in the body rather than being excreted. Mineral combinations can interfere with each other's absorption. Some supplements interact with medications in ways that require monitoring. None of this makes any single pill dangerous. All of it makes 35 pills daily a situation that requires exactly the kind of active medical oversight Kim apparently has, and that most people attempting to replicate her routine would not have access to. The doctors raising concerns are not suggesting Kim is in immediate danger. They are making a structural point about what this kind of routine requires to be sustainable and what happens when the aesthetic of it gets separated from the clinical infrastructure supporting it. And that is the actual story here. Not Kim's health specifically, but what her routine represents in the broader cultural conversation about celebrity wellness and who it is actually designed for. We are living through a moment where the wellness industry has become one of the most profitable sectors in consumer culture, built in significant part on the visibility of people like Kim Kardashian treating their bodies as precision projects. The blood work, the body scans, the supplement stacks, the IV drips, the continuous glucose monitors, all of it gets filtered through social media and podcast appearances and becomes aspirational content that ordinary people then attempt to replicate with a fraction of the resources and none of the medical oversight. And the supplement industry specifically has built an extraordinary amount of revenue on the gap between what the science supports and what the marketing promises. The honest truth about supplementation for most people is considerably less glamorous than 35 pills split across 3 rounds of a billionaire's day. For the average person without a documented deficiency or specific medical need, food-based nutrition, adequate sleep, regular movement, and stress management do more for long-term health than any supplement stack ever assembled. The body is remarkably good at extracting what it needs from a reasonably balanced diet. The supplement industry's business model depends heavily on people not fully believing that. Kim Kardashian is not the villain of this story, and her routine is not necessarily wrong for her specifically. She has resources, monitoring, and medical guidance that make her situation genuinely different from someone buying 35 bottles off an online wellness influencer's recommendation list. The pill fatigue she described is real and human, and actually one of the more honest things to come out of celebrity wellness culture in recent memory, the acknowledgement that even the person with every advantage finds this routine exhausting and unsustainable in the way she originally designed it. The real tension is what happens between her casual podcast mentions and the person watching it who decides that if 35 supplements a day is what Kim Kardashian needs to maintain her health, then surely some version of that is what they need too. That logic is understandable and also potentially harmful because the routine is not the product. The infrastructure supporting the routine is the product. And that part is not available for purchase on the wellness website that will sell you the pills. We have reached a point in celebrity health culture where the extreme has become normalized enough that it starts being presented as aspirational rather than exceptional. And the line between a rigorously monitored clinical protocol and a dangerous supplement habit looks different, depending entirely on whether you have a medical team watching your blood work or a credit card and a compelling Instagram page. Drop your honest answer in the comments. How many supplements do you actually take, and do you think celebrity wellness culture has gone too far? Like the video if this breakdown gave you something real to think about beyond the headline number, and subscribe so you are here for the next one. See you then!